Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Or as they say in Hungarian, uh, hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hello, tribe, as they say in Hungarian, or um, Magyar nyelv. Again, I don't speak Hungarian, but I have Hungarian heritage. Jó estét kívánok, which is good evening, everyone. Jó estét kívánok. It feels so good to speak my own language. And in today's stream, we're going to be talking about superstitions in Hungary, and the following article comes from Daily News Hungary. So I do try my hardest to verify my sources and try to create streams that are as authentic as possible. I do try to vet the authors. And as you guys know, I am of Hungarian and Lao heritage. And unfortunately, the burden is on me to re-enculturate myself single-handedly. But yeah, I am of Hungarian and Lao heritage. And again, the purpose of these streams is not for entertainment. You think it's for entertainment? It's more like a personal diary for me, as much as it is sharing, experiences, cultural experiences, language experiences to a point, but also supernatural and experiences related to different belief systems. So let's go over to our article published on the 20th of November 2024. Martin, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Martin Nemeth. If you are a Hungarian speaker out there, definitely feel free to, comment by all means. Is your luck running out? These Hungarian superstitions could change everything. So, superstitions have long been woven into the fabric of Hungarian folk culture, passed down through generations as a way to explain life's uncertainties or influence the future. These beliefs often originated in ancient practices where people used symbols, rituals, and alleged magical acts to protect themselves against the unknown and the forces of nature. While modern science has debunked many of these notions, and again, I'm not saying that modern science is inherently wrong at all. That's not the purpose of the show. We're just talking about the beliefs here. Superstitions still linger, influencing daily life either as playful traditions or deeply rooted beliefs. So Hungary's superstitions are impressively diverse, with some enduring to this day. Take the age-old concern over a black cat crossing your path, widely seen as a harbinger of bad luck, though others argue meaning depends on the cat's direction. Breaking a mirror is said to curse you with 7 days of misfortune. Well, fancy that. I didn't know about that one. Though folklore suggests you can dodge the hex by burying the shards. Oh, I've actually had an experience like this. I didn't receive 7 years of bad luck, just so you know. But what happened was I've had a personal experience where I've accidentally broken a mirror. Yeah, by looking at it, I'm joking. I've accidentally broken a mirror by mishandling it, and then it fell. And when I buried the shards, the sense of like relief, I just had this sense of relief afterwards. Yeah, quite interesting experience, that one. Spilling salt, that's thought to spark a quarrel, but tossing a pinch of salt over your shoulder supposedly wards off the bad vibes. I should try that more often. Around certain individuals. One well-loved superstition involves wallets. Giving an empty wallet is believed to invite financial troubles. Oh man, so if someone hands you a wallet that's empty in Hungary, don't accept it. So tradition insists you tuck in a coin to symbolize future prosperity. Meanwhile, hanging a horseshoe over a door is said to shield the home and bring good fortune. And spotting a rare four-leaf clover promises a run of good luck. So this belief is not inherently exclusive to the Irish, although it's remembered as that today. Four-leaf clovers are actually also recognized in Hungarian folklore. Who would have known? That's pretty interesting. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day hold special significance for Hungarian superstitions, brimming with rituals to ensure a lucky year ahead. Eating lentils on the 1st of January is a tradition for many families, as the legumes are symbols of abundance and wealth. Conversely, chicken and fish are typically avoided. Chickens are said to scratch away your luck, while fish may swallow it. That's pretty interesting. Spiders, however, enjoy a rare moment of favor, encountering one on New Year's Day, which is seen as a sign of incoming wealth or an unexpected guest. That's interesting. Normally, here in Australia, where I'm actually currently living and I'm based, encountering a spider is a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday. Anyways, Hungarian beliefs often center around everyday situations and objects. I wonder, and this is more of a question than a confirmation, I wonder what the influence between shamanism has in Hungarian culture. Because the funny thing is, a long time back, they found Etruscan runes. The Etruscans were one particular ethnic group of the fringes of the Roman Empire, but not necessarily part of the Roman Empire back then, but on more of what you would consider the eastern end of the fringes of the empire, I guess, more towards Byzantium back in those days, in like 1100, 110 to 1300. And Etruscans were tied actually with some forms of Hungarian shamanism and shamanistic beliefs. We'll talk more about that later. For instance, wearing clothes inside out is seen as a quirky sign of good fortune. That's interesting. Doorways and thresholds also carry a wealth of superstition. Turning back after leaving the house is considered unlucky, so many people will sit down for a moment before setting out again. These small gestures, though seemingly trivial, were meant to act as symbolic safeguards against misfortune. The cultural importance of superstitions. Far from being relics of the past, Hungarian superstitions are a living piece of cultural heritage. Some articles, like the one from 24.hu or BEOL, I've got to look at those later, contain a list of these superstitions, but what is the importance behind them? They provide a window into how earlier generations grappled with uncertainty and sought to impose order on chaos. Now, that in and of itself is quite interesting, because people often associate that phrase with modern day Freemasonry, but modern day Freemasonry originates from England, actually, around the time of about 1748, if I remember correctly. I would have double checked that information, but around the time of like the 1700s, a little bit before the French Revolution, because Freemasons have had influence within the French Revolution at points in time. But it's interesting how imposing order on chaos was seen as part of like the day-to-day in a country like Hungary that at that time wouldn't have had any contact with Freemasons back in like the 1700s. So I think that in and of itself, that idea of I do this ritual to manage the chaos of nature is in and of itself either shamanic, if I were to put a label on it, maybe shamanic, or maybe something more primordial. And I wonder, again, like which influences were which. And it's very difficult to say with Hungarian history, because Hungarian history is very ambiguous. There are a lot of mysteries. No one knows who well and truly the Magyars themselves are. But it would be fair to say that genetically speaking, with the modern day Magyars, genetically speaking, that there are a mixture of influences from Slovakia and Hungary actually tie pretty closely together. There's believed to be elements of shamanism that was from Siberia and the eastern ends of pre-Russia, I guess, pre-Rus, pre-Russia back then. There's even genetic elements of Mongolian as well, and as well as the Turkish, because the Turkish Empire did conquer parts of pre-modern day Hungary once upon a time, back in like the 1400s. So, and linguistically too, the Hungarian is heavily influenced by Estonian and Finnish. So Hungarian is not an Indo-European language. It might carry Indo-European, the Indo-European Latin alphabet, but the actual language itself is inherently more closely tied with Turkish, Finnish, Estonian, and it's believed to be more of an Ugric language. So pretty interesting nonetheless. Today, people may keep these traditions alive out of nostalgia or for fun, but their cultural and social significance endures. Superstitions help bridge the gap between past and present, offering insights into how my ancestors, maybe yours if you're Hungarian, navigated an unpredictable world. They remind us that the human need for guidance and hope in the face of an unknown future is timeless. And I think that carries across all religions, belief systems, and elements of paganism too. I don't think it's purely paganism or purely Christian. Whether taken seriously or embraced as lighthearted customs, these beliefs remain an integral part of Hungarian identity, connecting me and other Hungarians to their roots. I'm reading it as the reflexive form there, while lending a touch of enchantment to contemporary life. Hungarian national symbols, Hungarian culture minister. I should have a look at more of those. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Please, if you are of Hungarian ancestry or you are a magyar nyelv speaker, the Hungarian language. Pretty sure that's what it is in magyar. Magyar nyelv is the name of the Hungarian language in Hungarian. If you are a speaker of that, please, by all means, I want corrections. If I'm pronouncing things wrong, I want corrections and your feedback. Same as when I try to speak Lao and try to learn it on my own. Definitely let me know. Just let me know if I've said something wrong or I've misquoted something. All feedback is welcome. But that's it for today's stream. So Humanis Invictus, the human spirit is unconquered, and your estét kívánok, which is have a good evening in Hungarian, and all the best. Take care, everyone, and stay cultured. Don't ignore your roots. Bye for now, and take care.